Hello everyone, I'm Neat Sahone and bring you a draft video every Monday and Thursday here on my channel, and today we're doing some more Hour of Devastation. I'll see you when the draft fires. Overwhelming Splendor is like the kind of card that if you can cast it, just wins you the game, but you have to build a super controlling deck with intense amounts of ramp and removal for it to work out, and you're just not always going to be able to do that. I do like the card a lot, and I am tempted to first pick it and just try to build around trying to resolve an Overwhelming Splendor, trying to cast an Overwhelming Splendor. And I probably would if this pack didn't have like a premium card in it. And it wouldn't at all if not for this. Farm to Market is a premium removal spell. Everything else in the pack is fine, or, you know, maybe a little worse. Like, don't like Carrion Screecher a whole lot, or Scrounger of Souls a whole lot, or Renunciation. But everything in the pack is pretty much playable. It's a very, very mediocre average pack where there's not really any unplayables. But I'm going to take Farm to Market. So that's a responsible thing to do rather than trying to make an Overwhelming Splendor deck happen. Okay. I do like Aerial Guide. I also like both of these deserts. I do already have a white card, so taking Sheffet Dunes isn't the worst. Aerial Guide. It's either Aerial Guide or Sheffet Dunes, I think. This is another not amazing pack. I mean, there's, you know, a bunch of playables other than like Graven Abomination, but yeah, so it's either Aerial Guide or Sheffet Dunes. Which do I want more? Deserts are really good, and this is a really good one because it actually has an effect that is very impactful. I think I'm going to take the Dunes. Yeah, let's do it. I think prioritizing deserts in this format is a pretty good idea. They are quite strong, just because of the added value they bring as just being a land in your deck and all the desert payoffs that are in this format. So we're just white so far, so we can sort of change things up here. I don't think we want to take Obelisk Spider. If we were in one of the colors, we might. Ronus is Stalwart, and that's really about it is what I'm looking at. I could also take another desert, but I think I'd rather have the Stalwart first. More, I mean, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we'll take the desert, the Stalwart. We do have some ramp here, so if we'd started with Overwhelming Splendor, maybe it would have worked, huh? Okay. Nothing good, nothing green here at all, actually. Not nothing good, just nothing. Nothing good here in white either. Supreme Will's pretty good. Torment of Venom's pretty good. They're both reasonable. Kenra Scrapper is also pretty good. What? All these picks have been really close so far. There hasn't, other than our first pick, there hasn't been like a super clear what you should do kind of pick. Because Kenra Scrapper, Torment of Venom, and Supreme Will are all sort of in the same like pretty good like B-y range for me in this format. And none of these are in colors we already have, really. This is sort of a color we have, but I think I'm going to take the Scrapper in the end. Okay, well now I'm going to take Appeal to Authority. I love that card. It is incredibly powerful. It just wins games out of nowhere, and we're going to try to be a green-white aggro deck. This is enough of a reason to push us into that. What we're giving up is like Unsummon, so Blur Blades is okay too, but... So we'd like to be green-white. It may not work out, though. So that's worth keeping in mind, especially as this pack has one green card. So I think I'm actually going to take a Bloodwater Entity now. We're going kind of crazy here all over the place, but I think that's what we're going to do here. Yeah, these packs have not been kind. Not good white here. There's an okay red 2-drop. And some decent blue cards. Kenra Eternal is probably like the best card in this pack, sadly. The Riverwinder is pretty good too. I think I'm going to take it. Okay, we're continuing to see some decent blue. So maybe I take a Survivor or an Imaginary Threats here. Let's take the Threats. And more decent blue. So blue seems open. Other than that, I don't really know. This is a pretty late white desert, though. Considering we haven't seen like anything good white. But yeah, we'll take the Reed Stalker. There's a Blur of Blades. I think that's a reasonable card. I could take Manolith, which would help us splash, as would the Amulet. But I feel like cutting red, if we're actually going to be blue-red, is probably worth it. Okay, well, here's a red desert pretty late, so I'll take it. Another Blur of Blades, also Tragic Lesson, which is pretty good in a Bloodwater entity deck, so I think I'll take it. And there's a Disposal Mummy, which if we end up in white, we'll play. But yeah, it doesn't look like the green-white aggro plan is going to come together to me. It looks like we ended up going in a completely different direction here. Blue-red spells? Question mark? Ooh, heck yeah. I haven't gotten to play with Unesh yet. That's a pretty good card to get. I also love Vizier of the Anointed, but you do have to be... If you even just have one card with Embalm, it's good, but generally you want more than that. So I think I take Unesh here. It's, you know, just a 6-mana 4/4 that draws you a bunch of cards, basically, and that is something I'm happy to play. It also has flying. The red here isn't great. I wouldn't mind getting this back from my sideboard. Tenacious Hunter is really good. Just to talk about some of the other cards here, but yeah, we're taking Unesh all day. Unesh is first pickable, so if we hadn't... Oh my god. Now I have an Angel of Condemnation and a Ramunap Hydra. Well, red hasn't seemed super open, but neither is white. But if blue is open enough for us to get a ton of cards in it, and we can just play a few random white cards, we're going to do it, because Angel of Condemnation is ridiculous. So that's what we're taking. We got back-to-back, like, first pickable bombs. Ooh, and now an Ominous Sphinx. Sphinx Tribal, here we come. I would like Sandblast to a certain extent, but we got to take Ominous Sphinx. It's great. It's way better than Sandblast. Okay, so what's going on here? All of a sudden, we're just getting everything we could ever want. So I guess we might play Disposal Mummy. Probably get this. We definitely need some 2-drops someday. And it doesn't look like this is happening anymore. Okay, so we could take a 2-drop like we need, but I think another farm is pretty good, which... Where is that? That's right here. I think we're going to take another farm instead. It's better than Sandblast, just strictly, and it's better than Mummy Paramount, too. Sinuous Striker and Spellweaver Eternal are things I would like, but they're not what I'm taking here. Okay, there's a Sandblast, but we already have 2 farms. Once you get too many attacking or blocking creature things, your opponent's ability to play around them becomes a lot better. So now I think I'm just going to take a 2-drop. Because we do need those. There's a Kenra Scrapper, if that was still where we were going. I think I take Gideon's Defeat. It's an excellent sideboard card. I'm sort of thinking about taking Manolith, because I could try to splash Bloodwater Entity, but I think I'll take Gideon's Defeat. We need 2s pretty badly. Here I think we do take a Sandblast, even though that gives us 3 of these effects. Oh, nah, maybe we take Dauntless Haven. We do need creatures. Yeah, let's do it. We're just going to have to take, like, all the 2s we see. We've got good removal. We've got good creatures, especially mid-range and late-game creatures. Oh, why is this over here? I was thinking I was playing that desert, I guess. I'm not, though, sadly. That's just silly, though, going Unesh, Angel of Condemnation the way we did. Okay, I do like Sunset Pyramid in a grindy deck, and ours looks grindier, but I think we're going to take another 2-drop here. And Spellweaver Eternal is... I think that's a card people really underrate, as evidenced by the 3 of them that I have. So, after this pack, there's not any desert payoffs, and right now we have 0. And while a cycling land just has inherent upside anyway, I think I'm going to take another 2-drop here. All the Spellweaver Eternals. And here we probably take Mummy Paramount. This is the color pair with Embalm and Eternalize, which we don't have any of at this point, but we could get there. So yeah, we'll take... see, this is... We do not want 4 of these effects, I can tell you that. Wait, where is our Sandblast? Did I accidentally draft something else? I must have. I changed my mind, maybe. I guess I will take a Sandblast. I thought I had more than... I'll take Riddle Form. We're not going to play it, I don't think. And I'll take Graven Abomination. It's a sideboard card if you're really desperate for a way to exile specific cards in your opponent's graveyard, but you're not going to be most of the time. It's only going to exile one thing, usually, and that is not good. So we do have one other zombie already. This is a much better exile hate card, graveyard hate card, because it's a 3-mana card, just like the Abomination, but it just exiles a thing when it comes into play, and it's just has better stats. Poor Graven Abomination. Couldn't even make it a 3/2, huh? That would make a big difference. If this was a 3-mana 3/2, it might be too good, I guess, because it would be colorless, and you would play a lot of copies. Well, not a lot, but you'd be happy to have like 2 in every one of your decks. Wow. Well, we have Gideon and Angler Drake here, which is not the kind of decision I want to be making. They're actually pretty close in how good they are, I think. I mean, Gideon's good, but he's not the huge, amazing planeswalker that just wins games necessarily. He's definitely good, but he's not Angler Drake. However, what does Gideon of the Trials cost? Because that could break the tie here. Because if this is your first time watching me draft, I always note when decisions like this come up that taking cards on Magic Online that are worth money means you can draft more, basically, if you have a budget anyway. If you can just draft all you want, it doesn't really matter, but he's worth 5 tickets, so we're definitely taking him. Angler Drake, I think they're pretty comparable. Angler Drake is excellent. Gideon's excellent. He's just not like a slam first pick when you have one of the best uncommons in the set next to him, but he's very good, and we're in his colors, so. We do have a land that can help us, but I think I probably just want the Edifice here. I love Edifice of Authority. I have loved it. I loved it in the last format, and I think it's even better in this format because it's slowed down. But yeah, we don't have any desert payoffs, so we're probably just going to be running the dunes. I don't want to take Grasping Dunes. What I meant is Shafet Dunes. So yeah, we'll take this. This deck is coming together. Oh, I love On-Crop Crasher. I love Warfire Javelineer. I love Cartouche of Strength. This pack, I was just saying it was coming together, and then we get this pack. Things aren't coming together quite as much here. We really don't want a 4th attacking or blocking effect, especially because this is the worst of the 3 in Impeccable Timing. I could take it just because it's white. I have sided this in before and been pretty happy with it in really grindy matchups where my opponent's trying to kill me in the air and it just blocks everything. But Cartouche of Strength and On-Crop Crasher are definitely... And Warfire Javelineer. Those are the best cards in this pack. I may take the Javelineer on the off chance I splash it because we do have several instants and sorceries. So, yeah, that is what I'm going to do. We didn't pick up a Manolith like we could have in the first pack, but... Okay, I'd probably take Cartouche of Knowledge here. I like that card a lot. Heckma Sentinels is fine. We could definitely use some more creatures, but I'm going to take the Cartouche here. So, another Warfire Javelineer. Should have been blue-red, man. Except for, we got Angel of Condemnation, which really is what pushed me into white. But then we also got Gideon, which was very lucky. So here we do want to take a creature. It's either the Spearmaster or the Sentinels. We have 1 card with cycling, but we do have another payoff for it. So here in the later part of the draft, we have 2 cards with cycling. Yeah, let's take the Heckma Sentinels. I like the Spearmaster, but it does die to everything ever. Oh, yeah, our colors are really starting to dry up on us here. We may end up having to play our Dutiful Servants or maybe the Graven Abomination. I don't know. We do only need like 3 more playables, but there's not really one in this pack. I guess Floodwaters or Naga Oracle are playable, but they're not exciting. I think I'm going to take the Oracle out of those options. May just take this 2-drop. It's basically just a 2-drop. It doesn't have much upside, but it is a 2-drop. And those, even though this format's slower, having 2s is important. And we do need more creatures. Floodwaters is okay, but I don't love it. I'm going to take the Watchers. Ooh, that's not a bad pickup here. Yeah, Vizier. I didn't think we were going to see anything else we were happy to take. But we are seeing things we're happy to take. I would like any of these cards except Compelling Argument, basically. Why couldn't you guys have been spread out over the last few packs? What's that about? Renewed Faith is a nice cycler. I think we probably just want Winds of Rebuke, though. It lets you interact with your opponent, and we don't have a lot of that we can do whenever we want because we have kill spells that only do stuff to attackers and blockers. I'll also happily take a Seeker of Insight. I guess I'll take Impeccable Timing here. another Heckma Sentinels. I'm probably not playing two, but we'll stick it in here for now. So this deck ended up being pretty sweet, in large part because of the sheer power of the rares that we have. But we also have some strong commons and uncommons too. We definitely want to... I mean, we can definitely have a good aggro start. We do have a lot of twos, at least at this point. We're probably cutting... If we're cutting, we're probably cutting things out of the 2 slot. You're basically 3s. I think I like imaginary threats in this deck. It's an interesting card because when it's good, it's really good. And when it's not, you cycle it and you don't feel that excited about it. But it's okay. So I probably do cut 1 Sentinels. In the end, I ended up with 1 card with cycling, 2 cards with cycling, 3 cards with cycling, right? That's it. I think that's it, yeah. I could cut like Naga Oracle and not feel super bad about it. Yeah, that's probably the next place. And probably don't want to cut any more creatures, but I don't really want to cut any of this stuff. I mean, maybe losing Sandblast is worth it. A Tragic Lesson isn't like an excellent card. So that's relevant. Yeah. Yeah, I think I cut it here. I think all of these spells are better than it. And I don't want to lose any more creatures. Even though like our Sentinels isn't going to be great. I could lose Watchers of the Dead, I guess. But I feel like having 2s is good. And it is. We have 2 Sphinxes, so we might actually really get there on doing silly Sphinx things. That would be fun. All right. Well, we have to actually add lands to our deck first. But yeah, we definitely didn't end up with a ton of white. We can sort of count this as a white card, and this is a little of both. Well, it's more white than it is blue, though. But oh wait, I still need to cut 1. Oh, I put the deserts in here somewhere. Yeah. So we already have 1 white source. I think we want to go... We have 2 double white cards that are super good. So we may just go 8-7. Might be better to go 9-6, which is still 7 white sources. We do want double white for both of these huge, amazing creature spells. And we also need double white for the activated ability of Chef at Dunes. Well, yeah, our Spellweavers are zombies, so that'll work with our Paramount. Like, playing Gideon of the Trials in turn 3 is often incredible, and if we have them in our hand and we can't, we're going to be really frustrated. I think going 8-8 is good. It's a good place to be. All right, and somehow I don't have enough lands. So I'm good at adding lands to my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, one of them needs one more. And I think we do want 17 lands in this deck. I think we do want a 9th island more than we want, yeah. Because we have way more blue cards. All right, well, this is our deck. I think, obviously, it's pretty strong. It's kind of a blue-white skies deck with a little bit of spells stuff going on, lots of good removal, lots of bomby creatures, and yeah, we'll see how it does. I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, we're going into the first match in our Devastation draft, and this is a keepable hand. We've got a 2-drop and, you know, Winds of Rebuke and a flash creature, which can sort of be a removal spell sometimes. Like against that. Yeah, now we've also got our Edifice of Authority to play on turn 3 after we play our Eternal on turn 2. Which will also pump our Eternal, which is nice. Opponent is curving out though, which is less nice. I'm going to play the Spellweaver, probably take at least 2 damage here. Nothing there, huh? That's interesting. All right. Our opponent could have Supreme Will. But I think we just have to... If he's got it, he's got it, you know. Looks like it's going to resolve, though. Maybe. Yeah. And we'll just attack. This is a race we can probably win in the long run. These two creatures are not huge threats. This can be good if I'm at like 6 or something and my opponent has a bunch of cycling, but that's about it. Okay, looks like our opponent's got some mana issues. Probably going to flash in my Reed Stalker to kill the combatant. Just going to attack for 2 here. That does mean I won't be adding a brick to my edifice this turn, but that's probably okay. If we can keep the pressure on our opponent with damage and start tapping down things, I think we'll feel pretty good. Well, it doesn't tap things, I guess, but makes them, pacifies them, basically. We will take 2. Oh, no, we won't. God. What am I doing? I said I was going to do it, and then I didn't do it. That's bad. I could have killed one of them. Okay. Is he going to kill his proven combatant? I'm going to feel really... Oh, God, I should have played my Reed Stalker. It hurts. I'm a fool. Yeah, we're just going to flash in our Reed Stalker now. God, I can't believe I didn't do it. I mean, I can, but I wish I hadn't. Okay, well, we're going to attack with our Reed Stalker. I don't hate the idea of using Winds of Rebuke on Soul Stinger. And I might do that if my opponent attacks. But I can also lock down the Soul Stinger, so... I don't know. Right, so I'm going to try to use Winds of Rebuke on the Soul Stinger and block and try to kill this. See if that works out for us. My opponent may cycle, which will kill both our creatures, but I think we still probably come out ahead if all our opponent does here is cycle. Oh no, they're just pumping their guy. Okay, well I think we still come out ahead. Well, maybe not. We do lose. They lose a card too, but we lose a creature on the board. They do have to recast their Soul Stinger, though. So at least there's that. Gross, okay. Sunscourge Champion. Takes him back up to 15. God, I wish I'd... Oh, we milled a creature with Embalm for them, too. And a very good one that will give Flying and Vigilance to all of their creature tokens, which this can turn into eventually. And in my turn. Probably, I have a feeling they're going to Embalm. I could be wrong, though. So, I'm going to do this. Yeah, now they're Embalming. Luckily, it's only a 2/3, but oh, and good. We got Farm to Market, which is going to go a long way to getting us out of this flood. It's going to kill something for us, and it's also going to help us loot. I did want to play one more land there, but yeah, I should probably hold on to another land. I would definitely kill the Wind Guide first because it is a problem. It's going to make this way better when it comes back. Right, we're just gonna not attack or anything. So yeah, definitely would use farm on the wind guide. Question is whether or not my opponent will attack with the wind guide. If they don't, I can't farm it, obviously. Opponent is like straight up 3 colors, it seems like, although we haven't seen the black yet. Ooh, now they're going to attack with it. So that kind of works out for us in a strange way. I'm actually going to let it attack me, which my opponent will probably think is strange, but hey, and we're going to make Sunscorched Champion unable to attack instead. I'm going to declare my block first, although if my opponent has... Maybe I shouldn't, because there is that spell that says destroy target creature blocked by a zombie. I don't really want to deal with that. So let's just farm. Good. That's gone. We don't have to worry about as many shenanigans. I think I'm going to have to make Temet attack me, but then it will come back with Embalm. Our opponent's deck has so much synergy. It's pretty sweet with all the token stuff they've had going on. Do I cycle Imaginary Threats? Nah, I think I'm going to hold on to it for now. Sandblast is nice. Yeah, I'll tap it like this, and we're going to go market. Okay, and yeah, we're going to lose both of these lands. I can actually use this to make my Edifice of Authority tap down 2 things, which is not bad. I'm going to go ahead and play my Vizier. And I will end my turn. We have Sandblast to be used when we need it to. What will I shut down the attack of? I don't really like the idea of either of these embalming or eternalizing, but... If I had better creatures in play, Imaginary Threats would be a lot more potent. Okay, they're going to kill that. I think I'll go for Sunscorched Champion, not being able to attack or block. And I'll block Temet, even though it's kind of annoying. I can at least use Sandblast when he comes back. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna block Temet. Opponent could have a trick. And they do. That's rough. Okay. That is bad. Where are one of our, like, 3 bombs? Well, that, again, will be pretty good, but not having any creatures at all is pretty bad, I think. But I think getting rid of Soul Stinger now is actually not a bad idea because it's not going to have anywhere to put the counters. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use Farm on Soul Stinger. They're not actually putting the counters there unless they misclick. It makes you choose because it's a May ability, and then you decide whether or not you're actually going to do it. Right, and then I'll Sandblast this. Which, yes, my opponent can embalm it, but I can at least shut it down. It'll be able to make itself unblockable and all that nonsense, but... Okay. I actually kind of want this land. I think I'm going to discard Imaginary Threats. And a Plains. Oh, no, never mind. I am going to discard Imaginary Threats and a Plains, but I'm not going to hold on to the land. I'm going to play Heckma Sentinels. In my turn. We're definitely making this game last, trying to draw our big Sphinxes or something. Oh, God. That's annoying. We'll make Temet unable to attack us, though. And we'll take 3. Go to 5. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's a thing. Oh! Okay. Well, we're not dead yet, but we're working on it. We're working on being dead. Alright, so OBS crashed on me, so you may actually have seen a recording of the rest of this match, but it might have saved. I don't know. So he's making this the unblockable one. So I guess I will do this. We can go up to 6 here. Okay. We can actually go up to 7 here. Guess I'm gonna block that. We're gonna gain some life. And we're not gonna draw land this time, right? All right. Flooding is not fun. We managed to not draw any of our ultra powerful cards, which was a little sad. Namely, like Gideon, Unesh, Ominous Sphinx, and Angel of Condemnation. Any of those would have been pretty good there, obviously. I don't think we... Yeah, we don't really have anything great in this sideboard. Definitely does seem like it should be a grindier matchup, so I could think about like Naga Oracle and Tragic Lesson, but I think I'm happy with how it is. Alright, we would like to play first. I think this is a keep. We have a card with Cycling, which probably should have cycled it a lot earlier in that last game. And we have our Edifice, and we got a turn 2 Spellweaver. We do need to hit white mana, but we will. I say that, now we won't, but we should. See, there it is. I'll play Spellweaver. We can play Edifice next turn, making it a 3-2. And I do think that's what we want to do. We want to get Edifice online as soon as we can. Opponent may have cited in Artifact Hate because we have the Edifice, so that's something to keep an eye out for. Opponent may also have impeccable timing right now. Nope, they're taking 3. Aerial Guide, okay. there's Unesh. Attack. I think it's highly unlikely our opponent wants to trade here. Could be wrong. If they do trade, they still take 2 though, so they are going to trade. I am happy with that. Because Aerial Guide is a scary thing. We're going to play another Spellweaver. We should put a brick counter on our thing, even if they didn't play anything, we would want to. So, but they did. So, Sunscourge Champion again. Gonna do that. 4th land. So, like, I could cast Imaginary Threats and make this attack my guy, but that really doesn't seem worth it to me at this point. I'm just gonna end my turn. Probably just use Edifice to keep this from attacking me. And we have Farm to Market too. So, oh God, I keep saying I'm gonna do things and then I don't do them. What is wrong with me right now? We're taking 2 damage for no reason. It's like I'm spacing out after I say I'm going to do them. It's bad. It's real bad. Okay. Opponent goes back to 20. Dauntless Haven. Is that better than leaving up mana for farm and edificing the other thing? Probably not. It's probably not. I could try to use this aggressively. There's no reason not to, honestly, because I'm not going to be blocking. So if I could kill his blocker with it, I would be happy, especially because he's going to take 2 damage just to block it. Okay, so I think we say farm, we kill it, and then we can use Edifice of Authority to lock down the other creature. And our opponent still takes 2 from Afflict, so yeah, that thing, I think that was the right thing to do there. If we can get Unesh into play, we'll be in pretty good shape. This time we're not going to forget and take 2 for no reason. Okay. Ugh. Mana. Yeah, so this isn't good because Dauntless Haven can't block any of this stuff effectively. And neither can Spellweaver Eternal. So all of our 1/1s are going to be pretty bad. I'm probably going to keep the Eternal from attacking because I'd rather take 3 damage than take 2 and let my opponent draw a card. 3 damage is definitely the better option there. Okay. Yep. We shall take 3. Opponent is Tragic Lessening. It's an interesting thing to do mid-combat. Oh, that's why. That's not that interesting. Ugh. Come on, mana. Don't let me down. Okay, well, could be worse, I suppose. I'm going to attack with my Aven since it'll untap itself. Wants to trade with my Aven, huh? Again, poor aerial guides. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. I'm gonna try to use farm here to kill this, make this a 3/2 and block that and keep that from attacking. That's my plan anyway. See if I do what I say this time. Okay, so if we get to do this, it's going to be a big hit for our opponent. I don't know if we're going to get to do it, though. Our opponent has tricks. We've seen them. Yeah, we don't get to do it. Okay. I think I'm going to cast Market. God, I was hoping I would hit a land there. So that I could at least play my Spellweaver and use the Edifice next turn. But I'll just play the Watchers who can block the Cunning Survivors. Still have to discard 2 cards, though. I don't really want it to be either of these or Gideon. And the Spellweaver just is not great here, so I guess that's the other thing I'll discard. And I'll play Watchers of the Dead. And I also apparently clicked on my Sphinx. Yeah, our lack of double white is not good. It is not good. Yep. So we're gonna block here. Opponent has another trick, maybe. If they do, we at least get to exile some things. I don't think it'll make a big difference, though. Okay, that's good news. There's double white. Okay. Is it better? What's going to be best here? Probably playing Gideon. Probably playing Gideon. Yeah, let's play Gideon first. Right, so we can shut down 2 creatures a turn now, which means it's actually worth it now to attack. My opponent's not going to have haste in blue-white, right? So if I can get Gideon established here and get his emblem up, that'll be pretty good for us, obviously. Haven of Enduring Hope. Okay, now I think we play Unesh. Double Mythics. Okay, so our opponent is going to divide them into 2 piles. Dude, I obviously take the Sphinx. Definitely taking the Sphinx. Usually it would be right to take this, but this Sphinx is going to give us another trigger, assuming our opponent doesn't kill it. And it's just a better card anyway, so I will take pile 2. And I will play a land. And I'll end my turn. We also have another farm to market in our graveyard. Should that come up? Okay, well, we're still going to get the activated ability trigger, so we have that going for us for sure. And Ominous Sphinx will also only cost 3 mana, so that's going to be pretty sweet. Right, yeah, we definitely block. See if our opponent has the trick again. They do. I probably should have sacrificed that in response, but you know, it's whatever. Okay, I do have 7 mana, but I think we need to play a flyer. We can actually play both the flyers in our hands. So we're going to play Ominous Sphinx here. Get another go at looking at the top 4. Mostly lands. I think I'm going to choose pile 2 again. And I'm going to use Gideon's +1 on this. And I'm also going to play Angel of Condemnation. So we have a lot of good stuff in play, basically. Maybe opponent has Supreme Verdict for that one. So I feel like we're going to win this game eventually. We just have ridiculous power in play. So, I mean, like next turn we can actually start attacking. And that's pretty good. We can also exile, like if this token comes back, we can just exile it, no problem. So, yeah. I'll probably let one hit Gideon if he attacks with the Survivor. Okay. I might even let 2 hit Gideon. I will. Go for it. Okay, so now things are going to get good for us, I hope. So we're going to go like this. And then we're going to go... Yeah, I think we make Gideon a dude here. And attack with all of these. Right. And we also play Riverwinder. I don't know how our opponent beats us now, really. I guess Hour of Revelation would be bad. They need triple white for that, though, and they don't have that yet. Can they pump their Cunning Survivor so big that it can kill us? Maybe so big it can kill Gideon. So big it can kill us seems difficult. They're both attacking him. I'm going to block the champion. It does have the potential. It will gain our opponent some life, but I think that's okay. We can just exile the token later. So we still have a 4-power attacker. Yeah, we still win. We got there. Drew all our bombs that game and none of them the first game. So that was funny enough. Yeah, hitting another Sphinx off of Unesh was pretty gross. We do only have about 11 minutes left, which isn't a ton less than our opponent, at least. If OBS hadn't crashed on me and me having to get it back up, I might have had more time than my opponent, but that's what happens sometimes when you record. Well, that hasn't happened to me in a while. Man. We do have a 1-mana cycler, and I'm on the draw, so I think I am going to keep it. Without the cycler, I might not have, and without being on the draw, I might not have, but we could have the potential to play Gideon on turn 3, which can just destroy people. I'm just going to cycle this now. We also have Cartouche of Knowledge, and good, we have something to actually put it on. We didn't a minute ago. Okay, so we're just going to take at least 2 to our face here. That much is clear, I think. So, I think I just try to play Gideon here. So we're going to shut that down and start building up Gideon, buying us time for more things, for other things. Ooh, that's bad for them. Yeah. I think we do this again. And I think I'm going to play Heckma Sentinels as well. And in my turn. Reed Stalker. Okay. That can actually hit Gideon, but if they're spending their time doing that, I don't feel too bad. Yeah, they're going for Gideon. Gideon and Aerial Guide, huh? Okay. We're going to do Cartouche of Knowledge. And we're going to play Dauntless Haven as well. And I still think doing this is probably better. Yeah, we'll do that again. We'll end our turn. Next turn we may actually be able to attack. Because Dauntless Haven can untap our Sentinels at least. Compulsory Rest. Bane of my existence. Okay. So I definitely block Aerial Guide with Dauntless Haven. If my opponent has a trick, then they have a trick. It's kind of how I feel, yeah. We'll block Aerial Guide. We have our own Reed Stalker to help out next turn. Now they got a trick this time, though. That's not so good. Yeah, and it's going to drop Gideon to 1 loyalty. Okay. Well. I'm going to do this. I'm going to end my turn and leave mana up for both Farm and Reed Stalker, whichever seems to make more sense. My Gideon's pretty much dead, incidentally. But I think I'm okay with that. He sort of turned this into a mini game for a while that's let us... I'm going to do the Reed Stalker. Try to kill the Aerial Guide and let Gideon die. Good, we actually killed something. Opponent has so many tricks. They also killed Gideon though, so. Even of Enduring Hope. Okay, so I'm gonna play Mummy Paramount. I'm gonna leave mana up for Farm to Market, and I'm gonna end my turn. This has been kind of a dud. It's just not that good in our deck, basically. We just haven't had scenarios where it's worked for us, like at all, so. All right, we take that down. I think I block here, and I take 2. Down to 8 minutes here, so that's a little frustrating. So is Soul Stinger. Okay. I think we do Market. There's Unesh. And we probably discard Imaginary Threats. I guess Seeker of Insight's an okay blocker, but Spellweaver Eternal is probably just going to be better, especially because we can pump Mummy Paramount with it. Yeah, too bad that doesn't matter. Oops. Yeah, too bad that doesn't matter. We need to play more quickly. We're going to play Spellweaver Eternal. I'm going to play land. We can play Unesh next turn. It is not worth attacking with our Mummy. We would get 2 for 1, pretty much. Alright, well, we're going to do this block again, and we're going to take 2. Alright, so that guy's tapped. So I think I'm actually going to attack with my 2/3 flyer. See what happens. I guess I'll also attack with Spellweaver, see what happens. Right, we just do some damage. I'm good with that. And play another land. Bluff Unsummon, even though we don't have it in our deck. And we're going to try to play Unesh here. Does our opponent have Essence Scatter or something? We haven't seen counter magic out of them, but it could totally happen. Yeah, we're 2 minutes behind our opponent. I'm going to take the pile with more stuff in it this time. And I'm going to end my turn. We can make our Mummy Paramount a 4/4 next turn. That's not too bad, right? Yeah, we'll take 2. I feel like my opponent would be better served by not attacking with their Soul Stinger because... Oh, they played a Shimmer Scale Drake. Ooh, hello. All right, this is going to be a nice turn, I think. We're going to play our Edifice, which makes that a 3/2. And I'm also going to play Disposal Mummy, which will make you a 3/3. And we're going to exile the Haven of Enduring whatever. And I'm going to attack with Unesh. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I need to wait until I build up my stuff enough. I should have played another land, another zombie there and attacked with, yeah, we should have done that. So we're going to have to wait to build up our Edifice before we can start attacking for real here. So it's a little frustrating. We'll go after Shimmer Scale. So I can block that now without killing it, so I'm going to. I could have done it earlier too, I guess, but I was attacking with my flyer, so. Okay. Ooh, yeah, we've been lucky with that. Ominous Sphinx. Do what you need to do here. Ooh, that's some good stuff right there. They're going to put the Angel in one pile and everything in the other pile. I still take the Angel, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, we're not attacking, though, still. I will play this Angel, though. And now, things are looking pretty good, other than our clock. We're racing more against the clock than we are against our opponent right now, I think. They could do something gross. Torment of Venom is pretty gross. What are they targeting? We'll lose 3 life. Oh, they killed, of course, they killed our Angel. Just outright killing our Angel was probably worth it, I guess. So we'll do this again. And I'm also going to do this, although it is a little dangerous. Maybe I don't do it yet. Yeah. Maybe we wait till we actually have an answer for Temet before we get crazy here. Okay, well that's going to be good. We said that last time, of course, and then it didn't get to do its thing, but we're going to play our Vizier. Cycling it is kind of worth thinking about, actually. How about that? Cycling it. Let's attack with both our Sphinxes. We can't kill both of his flyers, but yeah, he's just going to take it, so that works for me. If I cycle it, though, I can turn this on like this turn. That's probably worth it. No, it's not. It's going to be worth it in the long run to just be able to do the second effect twice, which that's what this will enable us to do in the long run. So we drop our opponent to 11 here. Is it worth just emptying our hand? It probably is. Two afflict creatures is good right here too. So on our turn, we'll be able to make 2 creatures unable to block, which will be both of our opponent's flyers, probably. We can also gain life, which we should probably do at the end of our turn, since we're down to 7 right now. Opponent may have just drawn removal based on how long they're pondering. Yeah, they did. They did draw it. Okay, so that's gone. Bye-bye, Unesh. Now, I think it's safe to kill Temet. Oh, that's annoying. I forgot about your... But I think you're dead on the backswing. I'm going to have to do some math, but... I probably do have to block Temet, but I'm not going to block the Afflictor. And I'm going to block Temet in a way that keeps my creature alive. Your Embalm costs 5, right? Yeah, it does. Alright, so we're going to be able to make 2 creatures unable to block. We're going to gain some life right here. Ooh, now I really think we win. So let's do some quick math here. I can make 2 creatures unable to block. My opponent probably is just like, God. Yeah, I did have a lucky top deck there. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. Yeah. Then we're gonna do this. And hopefully our opponent's dead. Even if they're not, we're not on the backswing because these 2 won't be able to attack or block. So we'll just take 3 on the backswing. All right. Well, in the end, our bombs did get us there after game 1 when they forsook us, forsaked us. I don't know, forsook something us. They showed up in games 2 and 3, and they were definitely pivotal in us winning. So, long, grindy match is my kind of match. I have the most fun during these kinds of matches, other than my clock getting low, but we got there. So I'll see you guys in the next match. All right, we would like to play first here in our second match. I think this is a keep. Putting Cartouche of Knowledge on Seeker of Insight isn't bad. So turn 2 Seeker, turn 3 Cartouche, turn 4 Angel. It's a pretty good start to a game. Pretty good start. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Have to see what kind of mana our opponent leaves up, if any, because playing Cartouche when your opponent has mana up can be bad, bad, bad. So I'm hoping they just play a 2-drop, and they do, which works for me. Yeah, so we're gonna play our Cartouche of Knowledge here. We could leave up mana to kill this, but I'm not going to. Could also loot right here, but I'm also not gonna do that. I'm just gonna attack. No reason to show my opponent I have Chef at Dunes yet. Like, if I can hold off on it until it's his turn where just playing it and using it can win me the game, I try to do that. I mean, chances are I won't be able to do that. I mean, I'll have to play it eventually. But there's some chance I do. I'm going to leave up mana for the Unsummon that's not in our deck. Chances are on turn 5 I'll end up having to play my Chef at Dunes, which is fine. But next turn we'll be playing our Angel. I'm guessing my opponent does not exert. They shouldn't, yeah. So they're just going to hit us for 2. We're going to take it. Bonus is last stand. I think I play my Angel and just brace myself to take 5 to the face. The Angel can just get rid of this. Our opponents aren't not going to untap their lands, so I could also just use Farm or Sandblast, but if I don't have to use those, I'm not going to, and I don't think I do have to. I'm going to attack for 2 in the air again, and yeah, we're just going to be ready to take 5 to the face, and maybe even 7. Probably 7 or 8 if our opponent exerts. But the fact that it can just deal with the snake, just no problem, makes me want to do that. Especially when my opponent's only going to have 2 mana maximum on their turn. There's not a lot they can do to shut down, in this color pair, an Angel of Condemnation. They could bounce it. Unsummon would be bad, but that's about it. Don't play Unsummon. Don't do it. Okay, it's just a Cartouche of Knowledge. So we are going to take a bunch to the face here, like I said, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. It's a cool snake token. Yeah, we're taking 9. So we're going to go to 9 here. It's worth it. Okay. So, well, we still don't have to play it necessarily. I don't think we will. We'll play our Watchers of the Dead in our second main phase. We're going to attack with both of these. Get in for 5. Drop our opponent to 11. And then we're going to use this thing's activated ability to just get rid of that. And then we'll play Watchers of the Dead. Does not come back because it's a creature token, so goodbye, Snake. And we actually have lethal if our opponent doesn't play a blocker here with Sheffitt Dunes, so I'm sure they will, though. And if they don't play a blocker, it's not going to be wise to go for lethal because that means their opponent has all their mana up. They would have to play like Bounty of the Luxor or something like that here that doesn't affect the board immediately for me to just go for it like that. Quarry Hauler, okay. It's biggish. That is in fact a blocker, so our Sheffitt Dunes plan will not be working. I think we just attack again for 5 in the sky, though. Drop our opponent to 6, which means they're dead in the sky next turn from Sheffitt Dunes. And we leave up mana for Sandblast and Farm. Yep. I feel like we're in pretty good shape. And again, Unsummon would be obnoxious, but I don't think it would mean we can't win. And we'd still be in pretty good shape even. Blue Cartouche isn't quite the green Cartouche or even the black one, but it's still really good. So I think I might actually declare blockers first, because if I can get my opponent to also try to use a trick, there's no reason for me not to. I can cast both of these spells from my hand, but I'm gonna block the. I'll block the Hauler. Okay, and then I'll use. I'm gonna hold on to Farm. Ooh, you know what? No, I'm not, because if our opponent has a +3/+3 trick, we're in trouble. So I'm just gonna use Farm. And we will take 3. If our opponent does something crazy here, like play 2 tricks on that, we can still exile it or use Sandblast. So our opponent is dead in the air if they don't play creature with reach or flying here. Still dangerous to go for, but if they tap out, we will. If they don't, we'll probably just swing for 5 and be happy with that for now. Aerial guide, okay. All right, so we can actually just exile the aerial guide. Oh, not that way though. We don't want to exert. We just want to do that. Okay. Well, I'm just going to attack with everything. Even if they have unsummon, they're dead here because if any... Yeah, I was going to say. Since he doesn't have a blocker at all now. Alright, Angel of Condemnation finally got to shine. In the other matches, I'm pretty sure it just died. It may have swung once. We're not getting opponents that Gideon's Defeat is actually good against, unfortunately. Seems like our best sideboard card. I mean, Naga Oracle is kind of a sideboard card. It's a good blocker in some matches, and it's a decent, it's you know, gives you some card selection. But I think we're just going to submit. We are on the draw. We do not have a way of cycling, but we do have a 2-drop. I think it's probably a keep. It's a dangerous one. A little dangerous, but I think it's a keep. Chances that we draw... Yeah, at least I drew a 3rd land. Of course, it would be better if it was a plains, but the chances that I draw into more mana are pretty high. Or a card with cycling, which I would immediately cycle away. Initiates Companion. Okay, I'm going to play Spellweaver Eternal. Well, we don't have white mana yet, which is a little concerning. We do have like one more turn before we start to really feel the pressure of desperately needing white mana. Do I trade with the Companion? I don't think that I do, because if in the event I cannot hit a land, being completely creatureless on my side of the battlefield is going to be bad. Being able to trade for an X2 instead of the Companion is just going to be better, probably. So we're just going to take 3 to the face. They're going to untap their Companion, yeah. Come on, plains. 2 plains would be even better. Stalwart. That's not good. Especially if you can't draw plains. Okay. Well, we're going to be ending our turn. I think now we probably do have to trade with the Companion, because we don't really want Ronus' Stalwart exerting itself every turn. We still have time. I mean, the cards in our hand are good enough that if we get what we need for them, we'll still be able to find a way to win, I think. But if we don't ever draw white mana, we're going to be in trouble. So, as you might expect. The fact that he exerts this actually puts a little less pressure on me. Oh, good, we did draw white. I think I'm actually going to play the Aven right here. Aven plus Angel of Condemnation is kind of hilarious, by the way. We haven't gotten to do that yet, but we'd like to. We now have mana for both our farms, which makes me feel way better about things. We're probably not going to be able to play Angel of Condemnation until the dust clears from everything our opponent's doing right now. Oh, River Hoopo. I'm never going to get one. Yep, we're just going to leave mana up for farm. We're still going to take some damage here is the downside, because of the fact that these can both just attack through my Dauntless Haven with little to no effort. And he can also gain a bunch of life and draw a bunch of cards right now with his Hoopo, which is also kind of a problem. I'm going to get rid of that Amit. as you might expect. And we will take 3 and go to 11. So our opponent just start leaving mana up and river hoopoing. Kind of looks like that's what they want to do. Well, we leave mana up for farm again. We could try to coax our opponent into blocking, which I don't hate, actually, because leaving river hoopo in play is just bad for us. So I'm actually going to attack here. My opponent will probably take it, suspecting a trick or farm. He knows I have 2 farm to markets and a sandblast, so he's probably just going to take the 2, but we should definitely get in for 2 free damage if we can, right? Oh, they've got even Reed Stalker. Well, I'd probably use farm on that then. Yeah. Get out of here. So it would be nice to get Ominous Sphinx into play and then use these from our graveyard because we can shrink blockers. I wouldn't hate it. Drawing a 5th land would be big too because I could also finally block Ronus' Stalwart. I should really just take this out of my deck, I think. It's definitely good in the more aggressive blue decks that you can actually build in this format, where you want your opponent's creatures to just all attack you and then you can just kill them, but I could cast it, for example, just to keep his creatures tapped down. If it would depend on what I draw here, for whether or not I want to do that. If I don't draw a land here, that's not bad, but maybe playing a Reed Stalker is going to be better. Yeah, opponent is trying to ramp, which is what blue-green is pretty good at. Can he get in there with that hoopo? Well, that's disheartening. I think I am going to do this. Except I want to leave up the 1 plains I have and hope I draw another plains or an island with it so I can also cast Mummy Paramount. Okay, I'll take it. I'm going to discard 1 island though and Disposal Mummy, I think. Yeah. I guess getting a desert out of my opponent's graveyard isn't terrible, but it also doesn't seem especially impactful. We can play our Sphinx next turn, though. So there's that. I don't know what our opponent's trying to ramp into, though. It could be quite frightening. It could be quite scary. This has definitely been a huge dud. I've played it and had it been good. I did note it when I drafted it that it's either going to be great or bad, and it's probably only great like 15% of the time or something. I could probably have run like another random creature or something over it. It does give us another card with cycling for what that's worth, and we do have 2 cards that like it, and one of them is very good with it. But yeah. So it might actually do something if we ever get to play our Ominous Sphinx. Okay, our opponent's going to draw some cards, I guess. I can get rid of that aura with my Angel just by doing the not exerting exile effect. We do take 3 here. Opponent draws a card, because why not? Why not? Definitely play the Sphinx, though, next. I guess maybe if I draw plains, I play Angel of Condemnation next instead. Yeah, I probably would. That's like a must answer for our opponent in the sense that I can just start picking apart the board, exiling things all over the place. Getting rid of 6th Sense at a minimum it won't be hard at all. So yeah, if I drew a plains, I'd probably play it. It would also be able to cycle on my turn, which, yeah, I wouldn't get the Ominous Sphinx trigger, but that's okay. Good. Well, now I really want to be able to play my angel, and I'm going to be able to, so I think I will. I think I'm going to have to trump block that snake, probably with my mummy. Although a 2/1 flyer is pretty mediocre right now against River Hoopo's might. The Aven can do some silly things with our angel, though. Like let us exile 2 things in 1 turn, for example. That would be good, I think. I really need a new chair in my office. It's almost my birthday, sort of. Hoping I get one. Yeah, we're gonna chump with the mummy. Yes, sir. And we're gonna cycle imaginary threats at the end of our opponent's turn as well. This time my opponent's the one who's playing slower instead of me, so I feel a little less pressure about making the game go long. I can actually exile both of the creatures, taking away 6th Sense and just getting rid of the snake with the help of Dauntless Aven. My Aven will die, but that might be worth it. It might be. Okay, yeah, we're going to cycle. I guess keeping his guys tapped there wouldn't have been terrible. Hey, Gideon. I don't think I can play you, unfortunately. I can play Vizier, though, and still have mana for this effect. So at least there's that. Yeah, I definitely... Holding out Imaginary Threats here would have been okay, but I wouldn't have been advancing my board at all. I'm just going to attack with the Angel. I'm not going to attack with my Aven too. Okay. I'm going to wait to use its effect this time too. Last time we did it to get in for damage, so we did it earlier. I could play Gideon. Well, we're definitely playing the Vizier. I could decide to play Gideon here instead. But I think using this ability to get rid of the snake is going to be better. Yeah, it will be. Opponent's going to draw a card and gain life at the end of their turn, end of our turn rather, so that'll be fun. Yep. Have fun with your River Hoopo. Why did their lands untap? Did they play the snake that long ago? I'm confused. The snake hasn't attacked me yet. Has it? I may have forgotten a whole turn, I guess. It must have, because his land's untapped, so... Ooh, that's annoying. My opponent has tons of mana with which to do heinous things. Yeah, and using Gideon to turn off one of them isn't going to be as good as it could be when you can just be like, I'm going to give some random creature +2/+2. Even the Hoopo could attack, really. Right, you're exerted, so at least there's that. Like, it does give me some breathing room to play Gideon, I think. Get rid of the snake. We can actually use its Oblivion Ring effect next turn to get rid of this, and then untap it, which might just be better. We go to 5. That makes sense. We go to 3. Okay. Why do you have to cost double white, Gideon? What's that about? I think we are going to just Oblivion Ring both of these creatures. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I guess we just pass from there. Actually, we don't have to. We can attack with Dauntless Haven and untap it. Also get our opponent down to 20 finally. And now we don't actually have to use the Exert effect. I probably won't use the Exert effect. If he just tries to pump his guy, I'll just exile it with the other effect and then untap it again at the end of the turn so that my Angel will be untapped on my turn even though it's been exerted. If all that makes sense. I think this is probably the most fun I've managed to have in this format. You know, opening 2 really good mythics and a really good rare. It's a good way to have fun, you know. I guess we do have access to more white mana because of Vizier. And we are at 3 life, though, which is a little bit scary. But I think I can handle it. He is going to attack. Okay. We're just going to blink it, I think. Flicker it, rather. Might as well just exile it, honestly. This is pretty messed up. What we're doing right now is pretty messed up. We're just like... Now, we don't really even have to worry about Ronus' Stalwart because Gideon is here to save the day. So I'm going to play Gideon. And I'm going to +1 Gideon. And I'm going to attack with both of these. And then I think I'm going to untap. I can untap a Plains if I need to. So that's worth keeping in mind. I'm going to untap this. I guess I could untap this twice. I could do some stupid stuff right now, but untapping this twice would untap me 2 Plains, which I guess would be better. Does it say attacking creature? No, it's just target creature. So yeah, that would have worked. Yeah, I think we just hang back and plan on untapping a Plains and then Oblivion Ringing something if we need to, basically. Sort of like, you know, if our opponent finds a way to deal with this Angel, we're going to be in some trouble, but I still think we can navigate our way out of it thanks to Gideon and Ominous Sphinx and stuff like that. Yeah, this deck, I usually have at least one draft or format where you just end up with multiple, like, A-level cards. And we did it here. For sure. 2 mythics is kind of nuts. Okay. Bring the thunder? Are you going to bring any thunder? I don't know. No. But I am going to untap another permanent, which is this. And then I'm going to Oblivion Ring. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to flicker this, though. Just making it lose 6 cents. Like, why not? We have the mana. Okay. Now, I think we're actually going to attack with Gideon. attack, attack, attack. I'm gonna untap the Haven. I think I play Ominous Sphinx because I can play it and still have mana up for the Angel's ability because I can untap a land with my Vizier. Opponent goes to 6. Yeah, I think keeping our foot on the gas pedal here is the right thing. Actually, we don't even... Oh, yeah, we do. We do need... We will need to untap a land to use its ability. Ooh. Cancel. That does make her life a little more difficult. So they get back their Stalwart. And they also get to loot. Definitely looking for a kill spell here, I think, for our poor Angel, who's done nothing to deserve such treatment. Nothing at all. I'll just flicker the Ronus' Stalwart again if it attacks me, and it is. Okay. We're going to go to declare blocks first so we can block this with my Vizier. Give me the chance to do what I should be able to do. Let's do that real quick just to be safe. Pretty sure it'll give me priority again in a second. It should. Okay, so we're gonna go untap another target permanent, untap an island. And yeah, we'll do this. We should be okay now. Because it has Vigilance, I can even attack and then get a blocker out of the way, like, at the same time. That trample is certainly a problem, though. May have to Oblivion Ring that thing. I can also turn it off with Gideon, I guess. Winds of Rebuke solves that problem. Our opponent, we could try to go for lethal here, but there's a decent chance our opponent has some way in their hand to stop us from hitting them for 6. Or 10, for that matter. But I think we probably do still want to attack with Gideon. Yeah, I think we attack with Gideon here. And both are flyers. And then after I declare the attack, I will flicker this so our opponent doesn't have a good block. I can actually get both blockers out of the way. And I can use Winds of Rebuke too to get a blocker out of the way. But let's just go to combat and see what happens before we... Okay, yeah, opponent scoops. All right, well, will I finally get my first trophy now that I got 3 really busted cards in my deck? Maybe. It could happen, finally. And in fact, if we go 3-0, we'll finally be at about a 60% win percentage too, which is usually my goal. So, see you guys in the last match. Hopefully, we can achieve it. All right, we're going to the final match of an Hour of Devastation draft. We're trying to go 3-0. This is a reasonable hand. I keep forgetting I should probably take that out. Remind me to side that out. Not that this isn't Twitch and there's not a chat, but remind me to do it anyway. What am I going to lead with? Probably the Mummy Paramount, because I do have a few zombies in my deck, and drawing them on turn 3 would be good. It would let me push through some damage. So I think that's what I'll do. Okay. We did not do that. Opponent might. I'm going to play Secret of Insight here. And in my turn. We are up against a super aggro deck, and so far our Dirtily deck here has not had to encounter such a thing. So that's been good. Okay. I guess Imaginary Threats plus my like kill attackers cards can be good. I'm gonna play Watchers of the Dead now. Just in my turn again. We just gotta last till the end game, basically, and our deck can take over thanks to cards like Gideon and Unesh and Angel of Condemnation. All three of which are pretty great limited cards. Although, as I noted in the draft, while Gideon is good, he's not actually, like, Angler Drake is about on the same level. They're both great, obviously, but I'd say they're both B pluses. I don't think I would give Gideon an A in limited. I don't think I did in my set review. Just because he doesn't have a snowball effect that other Planeswalkers have. He doesn't have effects that actually impact the board in a big way. Well, we're going to have to be killing that. I may just double block this Mummy Paramount with Watchers and Seeker here. I think I will. Yeah. He's just a good attacker who can slow your opponent down a little. He's not like, he doesn't bring the punch that most Planeswalkers do. We're gonna be cycling this Imaginary Threats now. Hello, Ominous Sphinx. I think we just play the Sphinx now instead of leaving up mana for farm. We're just gonna go for it here with our Sphinx. Opponent could have Puncturing Blast or something like that, which would make us sad, but it's not the end of the world. He's also going to hit us for 3 here because there's no way I'm blocking Frontline Devastator, who has, can pump itself. My opponent's happy to trade for Ominous Sphinx. And I don't want to double block it either because it would be a 2-for-1. Ooh, now that's what we're going to have to kill. Okay. Okay, well, we're going to attack with our Sphinx. Play these Sentinels, too. And, yeah, we'll also play this land, I guess. We do want to keep some lands so that farm, the market half of farm will actually, like, do something, but... I wish I had a card with Cycling in my hand right now. It'd be so good. So we're just gonna say no thank you to the Manticore here. And we'll take at least 3. Our opponent may decide to hit us for even more. If we draw any lands, we're keeping them in our hand because we have farm to market. That's annoying. Yeah, we're keeping that, and we're just gonna pass this turn. Probably means we're taking another at least 3 from Frontline Devastator. I may actually double block it now. It's definitely worth thinking about. Oh, good. Ramanop Ruins. Desert's Hold. You bastard. Okay. I can still use its effect to weaken creatures, but it's not that good. I think I'm going to double block the Devastator with these 2 guys. We take 5, go to 9. He's not going to pump it? He's going to pump it. Oh no! He's not just gonna pump it, he's gonna destroy us with Kindled Fury. Ouch. That is not good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess you're pretty good, but my opponent can still punch through you. But they can't use removal on you. Yeah, let's do it. But we're still in trouble. Like, this is not going to get us out of trouble. So our opponent's out of gas. The problem is we are too this time. We've stabilized at low life totals before, but we've also had like 3 cards in our hand and been able to do kind of whatever we wanted. Okay, so I'm going to block this. Make my opponent pump it twice, which will still do 2 to us and then drop us to 5. We're kind of just hoping we draw one of our big, scary cards. And that is not one of them. Is it worth it here to cast Market and see what we can see? I think it probably is. Okay. Guess I'd rather have the Aven at this point. Yeah, look at that. Too bad it doesn't like matter at all. We're gonna do it anyway. It's not instant speed, unfortunately. I could attack with my Sentinels, but that doesn't really seem worth it in this situation. No, it's not worth it. We're just gonna play Dauntless Haven and end our turn. And plan on taking at least 3 in the air. Oh, our opponent can just kill us with Ramunap Ruins, though. So we're not taking any in the air. We have to block. Unfortunately. Oh, good. Fanbearer. Yeah, we're dead. All right. Well, we got stomped. Did not buy ourselves enough time. Naga Oracle doesn't seem bad against our opponent. Neither does Dutiful Servants, but I think Naga Oracle's like a way better card. So let's put it in and take out imaginary threats. Yeah. Oh, I think this is our first mulligan today. Oh god, Magic Online hates me, man. It hates. I mean, I say that I was given a bunch of rares, but I just cannot. Every time I go 2-0 and get to the finals, and I'm like, my deck's pretty good. This is the kind of thing that happens. It's worth thinking about keeping this. If I were in the draw, I probably would, and I still might, thanks to the world, thanks to scrying, and I think I will. We're gonna have to put that on the bottom, and we're gonna have to hope we draw a land. If we don't, we are in trouble. The good news is it could be any land. We'd prefer it be an island, but it can be any land, and we can play our Watchers. And it is an island, so that works for me. I'm going to play the Watchers first. Give me a Plains. Let's get this Gideon going. Mummy Paramount. Not a Plains, but, you know, I can't complain too much. I'll play my Eternal. Naga Oracle can help us find more lands if that's what we want. Interesting. I'm going to block it. Actually, I'm going to block it with this instead. I am down for a trade. Darn. Or good fortune. Well, it hasn't quite ended. I could Winds of Rebuke the Aven and attack with my Eternal. My opponent wouldn't be able to block, but that doesn't seem great. I'm just going to pass the turn. No, we still have a chance here. Our opponent seems to be lacking one of their colors. So I'm going to take this for now. Camel, huh? I think I'm gonna bounce Dauntless Haven now. What did we mill? Oh, good. We put a True Heart Duelist in their graveyard. And we milled lands. Oh, God. Okay. Well, we're going to play Spellweaver Eternal. We're going to end our turn. Let's actually attack with one of them. Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's kind of scary that our opponent's so willing to trade, though. He's made some very... I mean, I'll block this, too. Surely there's a trick this time. Yeah, there is. Okay, well, I think we play Naga Oracle. It can block the Camel. Ooh, God. Oh. Do I get to put them back on top in any order? Yes. So I want to put the planes... I want all of these cards is the problem. I guess I can keep them all and I just have to change the order in which I'll draw them. Let's draw the planes. Let's draw the Ominous... No, yeah. We'll draw the Ominous Sphinx last. Yeah, we're not putting any of these in the graveyard. Yeah, so we want the Ominous Sphinx last. The planes second, and the Cartouche of Knowledge first. And we'll end our turn. We need to keep our Naga Oracle alive, ideally, here. Alright, it is alive. So that's a good start. Opponent can hit us for 2. So what we're going to be able to do here is play both Cartouche. We know we're going to draw a planes. So we can then also leave mana up for Sandblast. We can also play Gideon. I haven't decided which I'm going to do. I think I am going to play Gideon. I'm going to +1, and I'm going to make this unable to do damage. Yeah. And I'm going to end my turn. So my opponent has a kill spell. We're pretty dead, but I'm hopeful they don't. We know Ominous Sphinx is our next card. So that's good. I'd be happy to draw it. And we will be, unless our opponent somehow shuffles our deck. Not a kill spell, not a kill spell. Okay, good. Not a kill spell. Just like I asked for. Does our opponent like go all in here? Nah, they don't. Okay, so we're going to +1. I think I'd rather go after this now. And then I'm going to play the Sphinx. We may claw our way out of this one. We're not in a bad position life total wise, but our opponent's board is pretty scary. So that's a problem. And they also have 25 freaking life. Also a bit of a problem. It's not ideal. Not ideal. That also is not good. Crap. Here we are trying to stabilize our opponent's like, Talkrop Elite. Take that. That'll be helpful. I wish I had one more mana so I could cast both Sandblast and Farm, but what are you going to do? So, we're going to prevent the damage, again, from this. I think that's the best block we can make. We're going to have to kill this Talkrop Elite in combat because our opponent can untap it with their Aven, and we're probably going to lose Gideon here. But that's probably okay. This is why, like other Planeswalkers can get you back if you're behind, and Gideon can very slowly help you get back, I guess, but it's not going to be within 2 activations. Like, he's better as like an aggressive creature, like a 3-mana 4/4 basically. He's been at his best when he's turned into a creature for us, although he's definitely bought us time. And luckily our Oracle can just block everything. Ramanop Ruins. Don't play removal. Don't play removal. Don't play removal. Oh, that's not removal, but may as well be. Nasty. That's nasty. Okay. So is that. Is our opponent going to hold off for a turn? Oh my god, he is. What a terrible person. We did draw another land, so we can both farm and market. Our opponent is going to tap down both of our creatures and pump their whole board, though. The downside of this conditional removal. Yeah. You're going to be a 4/4. So I guess I still go after you. I mean, keeping my opponent from gaining life could be worth it, but let's just go after the attendant. I'm probably going to have to use my kill spells on both of these, and so I'll take 3, 7, 10, 14. We're going to go to 2 here. Even with everything we're going to do here to try to stop our opponent. That's disgusting. Very, very disgusting. So we're probably still going to die. They may go after Gideon. They probably shouldn't, though. I guess I could make an emblem next turn. I probably would if they don't go after Gideon, because that basically gives me a little bit of extra life. That's what it'll come down to, because I have to kill Gideon before they can kill me. But yeah. These aggro decks really are the fun police, man. First 2 matches against other not super fast decks, and then this happened. Are they only attacking with those 3 things? They can't be. Yeah, just bring it all. They're all attacking me, it looks like. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. I do think we're going to manage to survive for a little bit longer than our opponent expects, thanks to our 2 kill spells, and thanks to the fact that they're not attacking Gideon here, and I can make an emblem to buy ourselves a little bit of time. And I'm also going to kill both of the exert creatures here. We have to. If we don't, we're just dead. Between pumping the whole team and tapping my blockers down, it's a devastating combination here. That just allows our opponent to punch us in the face. Really is looking like another failed 3-0 attempt here, though. As long as I finish at about a 60% win percentage, I'll be happy, and I can probably get there. All right, so we're going to sandblast this. And we're going to farm this. Those both tap. If our opponent has a trick, we're dead, but what are you going to do, right? Okay. We've got... Oh, no, the ruins can kill us. Oh, God. That was brutal. Like, we were doing everything right, too, but our opponent just had what they needed to punch through our blockers every time. Well, it was a fun deck, and we did okay overall, I'd say. But, you know, my inability to get 3-0s in this format is getting to be a little frustrating. Oh, my opponent sent me a message, but I can't actually see it because Magic Online is like the greatest interface ever. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget my content's sponsored by 5colorcombo.com. As you can see, you can use my discount code NEETZone5 on their website to get a 5% discount.